Edward Cullen hates Mike Newton because Mike Newton was in love with Bella. That's why. I kind of would think this would be a bit obvious. It could be that individuals who have not read the books are asking this question, but it's a fun question to answer either way. Other than the fact that Mike tried to date Bella, especially in Twilight, he tried to date her all the way up to until Eclipse, but he tried to date her a lot in Twilight. Edward also was privy to the thoughts of Mike Newton, so I can only imagine how that would have tormented his mind. He could read Mike's thoughts. So whenever he wanted to date Bella or was eyeing her in the classroom or thinking, I want to date her, I love her, or whatever, yes, that would make Edward extremely jealous. In Midnight Sun, he fantasized about killing him. He didn't do it, of course, but he fantasized about it. Of course, I do want to correct one sentiment. I did say that Mike Newton was in love with Bella. I guess I should correct that. He had a crush on her because he would forget about her in 1 second and date Jessica if that was more convenient. So he didn't love her as much as Edward Cullen did or even Jacob Black did. But yeah, he had a big crush on her. And Mike Newton didn't strike me like an evil guy. He just had a big crush on Bella. And of course that drove Edward crazy. He was willing to accept it, of course, if he thought Bella really would want Mike Newton, but he was hoping that was not the case, and he was happy to find that Bella was not interested in dating Mike Newton. But of course, when readers or people who are interested in the Twilight books to read them ask me, well, why did Edward hate Mike Newton so much? Because he could read his mind. And whenever he thought about Bella, it drove Edward Cullen crazy. And he hated the whole thing. He hated Mike Newton trying to date her. And he never really got over it. In Breaking Dawn, at the wedding, the bride and the groom dance with each guest at the wedding. Edward Cullen was dancing with everyone and Bella Swan was dancing with everyone. When it got to be Mike Newton's turn, Edward just jumped in and grabbed Bella and figured, forget it. I'm not going to have him needling his way in. But then he accepted. He figured, well, I can't really blame him for having thoughts about you because Bella was so beautiful at the wedding. But that was a very funny little detail. He was very put out and figured, no way, I don't have to put up with this anymore. I'm married to Bella now. And he went ahead and he threw Bella's garter in Mike Newton's face. So yes, unequivocally, Edward Cullen hates Mike Newton.